strategic changes, there are also regional changes.
Welcome to a new episode from the Weather Talk. A broad vision to a new horizon. Define the new strategy for Gulf Navigation Holdings that aspire to be a one-stop shop for all maritime services. Today, we have an exclusive interview with Mr. Khamis Goma Boumim, the board member, Group CEO and MD for Gulf Navigation Holding, who will further explain the company new strategy and potential expansion plan in the region. Mr. Khamis, thank you for being with us today, Marassi News TV. First of all, what's the company main strategy at the moment, especially after the market has showed a lot of positive remarks in the beginning of the year?
Thank you for the interview. The fact is, the market has been in the up and down. However, there are positive indicators. As you know, we built a strategy that is a long-term aligned with our business and for future expansion, and we are following that. We totally focusing on implementing our strategy. The time span is critical for us. We would like to see additional undertaking, especially in the new build side and new routing we started. We're covering at this moment over 52 ports and terminals globally. And that's quite an achievement for our fleets and expanded our horizon with regarding to the area we serve. And as we look ahead, I think we are seeing more alignment on the potentials of the oil and gas sector, especially in the refining capacities around the region and globally. And this is very much important and aligned with our strategy.
And can we have an overview about the company value of investment during the first half of the year?
As you know, we did a general undertaking that we will invest approximately in the region of 400 million dirhams.
For the first half of the year?
For the
whole year?
For the whole year, basically, and which will include certain new build and will include also an acquisition. And this is critical for us because that's part of our expansion, long-term expansion scheme. And we are looking at that of being as part of the growth cycle of the company, the growth cycle of the market, and how that will be, merged into and synergized for the future of the company.
You just spoke about the acquisition. If you can give us further details about it?
We are under discussion at this moment, so I can't say much. But the acquisition is part of our diversification strategy. We are looking into potential acquiring a company which is it has a fleet of ships, and at the same time it has a commercial aspect. So therefore, hopefully that will enhance our diversification and will enhance our future business strategy, especially in the ship management side and the services side.
So Gulf Navigation has recently announced the settlement of its last financial dispute with Chinese company. So please give us more details about this settlement and how did it happen?
Well, as you would appreciate, we've been, since we came 2016, the company had a number of legacy, cases. And we've been working through those cases since then. The last one which existed was the Jinhai case, which is the shipyard, Chinese shipyard. And as you know, they had basically a arbitration court in London as they won the case. So we've been in discussion with them over different things, including in the legal side. And we then reached an agreement whereby we will settle based on the new number. And that's quite an achievement for the company. And I think the company now is cleared all its debt and is moving ahead with the future.
And the value, if it's correct, went down from 39 million till 19?
Well,
8 million,
it was
right?
69 million.
69 for the Chinese.
29 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the value negotiated.
And then the final value that you paid, that was how much?
29
29 million.
29.
Okay. So how about the company fleet expansion and especially the retrofit of the current vessels? According to the IMO, since Gulf Navigation is the first company in the region to do this environmental retrofit for the vessels.
Well, our drive on that, basically we're looking at 2020, 2025, and 2030 regulation and future potential of, the environmental and climate change and emission limitation cycle under the IMO, be it or the EU zone or the American regulation also. So we undertook, of course, we had to take the first two ships is being dry docked, and we managed to upgrade them. They meet all the requirement for years to come. And also, we invested heavily in new technology in these ships. So basically, when you look at potentials of these ships now, we will save approximately over 5% in the fuel consumption side. We will meet all the emission required. We will meet also the ballast water, containment and regulation.
And low sulfur as well, right?
Of course, the low sulfur is the emission side.
Yeah.
And this is quite complex operation we undertook, but nevertheless, it's rewarding, and we believe now, especially in the speed and consumption side, is critical part of our agreements globally and how we deliver the product. And speed is critical, but the consumption also of, especially as you look in the future, will become part of the gain for the company.
Perfect. So since the shipping industry in the region has been fluctuating, especially for the past 3 years, due to a lot of factors like the drop down oil and gas prices, the fluctuation in the market. So what are the main challenges you would like to highlight and you faced actually within the market, and how did you manage to overcome them?
I think anyone who reads the market strategies around our region will realize that there is quite an impressive undertaking, whether be it in Saudi Arabia, be it or in Abu Dhabi. In our view, that refining capacity will increase because it's an announced process. These strategies of ADNOC, be it or Aramco or SABIC for that matter, is part of our thinking and how that will create value for our business. So with the potential that we see, additional petrochemical capacity in our region, refining capacity increasing, production capacity is increasing, that's totally very positive, and we aligned ourselves to those potentials. And I think the future looks very bright for people who mold their strategy with the market they are serving, and it's critical for us.
And since ADNOC recently has announced about the in-country value, so to what extent you can benefit, Gulf Navigation can benefit from this initiative?
I think it's a lot. In-country value across the board helps private companies, be it, or public companies, to actually work with the concerned parties in delivering different requirements, different services. And I think we are geared up to that, and we're looking into opportunities at this point.
So you're bidding for this, for the ADNOC projects, or?
We are looking at different projects with different side of ADNOC and also in Saudi Arabia. So these are all part of our process of how we grow our company. So we're looking at different ones, and they are very positive, I must say. Looking ahead, I think we have emerged very victorious from the challenge we had. I think in the short run, we have a lot of issues that we actually managed to resolve and managed to change the scenario of the company and the outlook of the company. The brand of the company changed. So I think the Gulf Navigation hopefully will double or triple its today's income, if that and also the size of its fleet or size of its assets in that matter. So very positive, very positive.
I think by 2020 the company aims to expand its fleet by 20 vessels, right?
Correct.
And you are on the same track, right?
We are on the same track, and we are planning to continue on the same track because that's where the opportunities lies when it comes to this.